Owners and managers of residential HVAC, plumbing, and electrical businesses talk about efficiency of their technicians and their business generally in two ways. They think that their technicians are busy all the time, therefore they must be efficient. Or they think my technicians are busy all the time, but I'm not making any money, so we must need more technicians and more jobs. Now listen, both of these things sound reasonable, but unfortunately, they could be hurting your business because efficiency and being busy aren't the same thing. The important distinguishing factor between the two of these is the results. Before we can move forward, let's talk about what we mean by efficiency. You can have your guys back to back on jobs all day. They're running from place to place, but you find when you're doing your numbers at the end of the day that you're just not making enough money. You're wasting your technicians' time, your customers' time, because in reality, you're not running efficiently. Efficiency is a measure of how your technicians are performing when they're actually working through their day or on individual jobs. By asking the right questions about efficiency, we're able to answer questions like whether or not your guys are trained well, whether you're putting the right technicians with the right skill sets on the job, and whether your technicians are aware of the expectations of how long work should be taking to get done. Once we have this information, you can make improvements in your business to help to make them more efficient and ultimately grow your business. We do this to start with something called a technician job efficiency report. And what we're looking at in this case is the expected amount of time it should take a technician to get the work done. Now, what is that? For those of us who are working in the flat rate world, it is the billable hours that are associated with the tasks that you perform on a job. So for any particular job, you're going to add those up. You're going to compare that to the amount of time the technician spent on that job. Now, I tend not to take into account drive time because that's something that's outside of the technician's control. So we compare their on-site time with the expected time or billable time of the work, and we compare those to get an efficiency rating for the technician. Now, ideally, your technicians will be falling between 75% efficient and 150% efficient. And those are good numbers. Now, what does that mean? It means if I do a job that includes one billable hour of labor and it takes me an hour to get the work done, I'm running at 100%. If I get done a few minutes faster than that, my efficiency will be over 100%. If it takes me a little longer, I'm going to fall below. There's no always number here. It's going to fluctuate depending upon conditions, access, and things of that sort. Now, when we talk about the expected amount of time, we're looking at the average technician, so we have to take that into account too. Some are always going to be faster than others. That's why we consider that range of 75 to 150% to be good numbers, even though it's such a big range. Now, in this case, again, remember, we're talking about job efficiency. There's a broader measure of efficiency that we can look at for a technician, their whole day efficiency, where we're taking into account everything that they do in the day, from shop time to parts runs to the time they take driving to jobs and all the time they spend on site. But that's actually a topic for a different discussion because those numbers are a little bit different. Now, if you've done the work and you've run these reports and you're starting to get an idea of the efficiency of your technicians on the job, you're ready to start looking at those numbers and thinking on how you can act on them. I would start first looking at the business. Look at your technicians' efficiency. Are they consistently below where you expect them to be? Maybe it's a problem with your flat rate pricing. A lot of folks, and I just had a conversation with someone last week at a trade show, and we were talking about flat rate pricing, and I asked them about their billable hours, and they said, why do I have to worry about billable hours? I just charge a price for doing the work. Billable hours are an absolutely essential part of any flat rate pricing system because they require you to make a judgment as to how long you think that work is going to take. And that's controlling, in a way, what you're charging that customer for the work. If you're charging $150 for a 45-minute task and it ends up taking your guys 4 hours to do that work all the time, you're getting crushed from a bottom line point of view. So it's important that you're looking at your tasks. Are those expectations of how long it should take to get the work done accurate? Or did you build that flat rate book when you were the technician yourself and could get this work done as quick as needed? Think about your team, think about their skill set, and then think about the billable hours that you need to make to be profitable in your business. Those all have to come into play. The other thing that you want to do before you start putting actions into place to correct for billable hour efficiency issues in your office is talk to your technicians. Do they have an expectation of how long it should be taking to get this work done? If not, then they're being held to nothing. You don't want them rushing through jobs, but you also don't want them spending the whole day there. If your technicians are aware of how long you expect it to take to get certain work done, and they understand the importance of those time frames in your business being successful, then that's going to be a great first step in moving forward to driving that efficiency to a better place. Now we can start looking at the training of our technicians, whether we're putting the right technicians on the right jobs with the right skill sets. And we can look at ways to improve those and build a bigger business. In order to help your business to do a better job of tracking efficiency and ultimately growing your business, we've put together a workbook for you. You can find a link to it in the description below. It's called Improving Time Efficiency, and you'll find in it some really great worksheets and tips for how to drive better efficiency in your business. Thanks for listening. If you like the video, subscribe, like it, share it with your friends, and we'll look forward to seeing you soon.